Ontario, Canada. Oh my goodness, all the memories and the reasons we keep going back time and time again. Fishing? Let's just say that for the northern species I love, I find endless, pristine, unpressured waters where an angler can count on the fact that if they do the right things, they'll generally find fish exactly where they should be. That's very unlike the majority of waters in the States where good to great angling success can happen for sure. But fishing pressure and much lower natural fish populations can't compare to wilderness fishing like I found up in Ontario. And my friends, the same goes for hunting in Ontario for all the same reasons. What you look for in Ontario, you typically do find. That's true also when it comes to tremendous lodges and outfitters who make us feel like family while they're enjoying such a wide variety of outdoor experiences. Well, anyway, last fall a good friend and I crossed the border to take part in a true Ontario classic hunt that neither of us had really ever considered before. Now, I'm not sure why Ontario never came to mind for waterfowl hunting, but I'm just so glad we decided to make the trip. The place was Mitchell Bay, Ontario, on the shores of Lake St. Clair, a place where waterfowl hunting has been going on since, well, waterfowl hunting has been going on in North America. Also, take a gander at the Mississippi Flyway to learn where the ducks and geese that pass through Mitchell Bay originate and end up at the conclusion of their fall migration. Of course, Jerry and I hooked up with the best of the best guide in the area to take us out and demonstrate exactly how this big water waterfowl hunt works. All you gotta do is catch that first one right, huh? Chris Ben owns Crooked Hook Charters, which specializes in Great Lakes fishing adventures during spring and summer, and waterfowl hunting come fall.
I've been guiding for 25 years on Lake St. Clair and Lake Erie, both fishing and hunting.
Looks like you've done this once or twice. Chris Ben is a really serious person, well, with a wonderful personality, but I mean, he takes his hunting really seriously. He works hard at it. He dedicates himself to giving a hunter the most perfect opportunity that they possibly can. You can never control the birds, but he controls everything else that he possibly can to a finite science. Now, if you take a look around here, Chris built this boat specifically for this purpose. And you wonder why a man's successful sometimes. Well, if you notice, everything he's doing has a purpose and a reason to it, and he has it down to an exact science. I've never seen a duck boat like this. It was a duck boat that we could haul all of our stuff in, all the decoys, the hunters, everything else. All of the decoys would go in line in certain boxes down in side of the boat. It was the slickest duck boat situation I've ever seen.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments about the way we deploy and retract our decoys. It is a pretty good setup.
To me, those kinds of things are the mark of a good outfitter. What he's got is like a guy line, and it's weighted on this end and weighted on this end, and then the decoys snap onto a rope system that's got beads on it, so the snap can only slide down so far, and it spaces all the decoys out perfectly.
The boat carries about 130 to 150 decoys at any given time, depending on the situation we're hunting in. And basically, I can put out that amount of decoys in a quick amount of time with the way we've got it set up. And again, one guy can do the whole operation if need be.
He's going to do everything within his power as an outfitter to make sure that we have the best opportunity we can. That's the only thing you can ever ask of an outfitter. All right, let's get back to Ontario. Lake St. Clair and Mitchell Bay, where our big water waterfowl hunt is just getting underway.
Take 'em.
How did we blow that?
I don't know, but we did.
This is a world-famous waterfowl hunting area. I see huge flocks of them right there.
Yeah, keep going left.
Yeah, and I see more of them coming from behind them.
Wow.
And more of them and more of them. And it gets hunted hard. but there's so many ducks.
Well, that's the kind of stuff I've heard about Mitchell Bay.
Behind him.
It can stand the pressure and then some.
Get ready, guys.
Sit down right in front of us.
Hey, right here. Get him. Good shooting.
I couldn't see him right here because of the reeds
Yeah.
to shoot clear. And he got over there and I just was pulling the trigger.
I know he worked.
And you shot right before it and he dropped. And I shot right over top of him.
I saw that.
I couldn't stop my finger.
One of our biggest drawing cards is diver ducks. You got that net,
Yeah, looking at them ducks.
the biggest of them is the canvasback, which is most sought after diver duck for both table fare and for sport.
What's that, a bluebill?
Yep.
Lake St. Clair has a major stopover for tens of thousands of diver ducks in November, December, which is a huge drawing card for us. It's good for guys that want to come up for a couple days. They can hunt, they can take home, 12 ducks over 2 days, or 18 if they want to stay for 3 days.
Nice shot.
One thing about the Mitchell Bay area, or this whole watershed up there, is there's so many different kinds of ducks, it's hard to keep track of them all.
Nice redhead. Great.
There's your first redhead today.
Good looking duck. That's the first redhead I've shot in a while.
I mean, we shot scaup, we shot black ducks, we shot mallards, we shot teal, we shot redheads.
This is a male and a female redhead. Very, very, very good eating ducks. Fun to shoot. They're all fun to shoot.
I know they talked about canvasbacks. We never had a crack at one of those. But all kinds of different species of ducks. You never know what's going to come in next.
Widgeon? Look at that bill.
Yeah, that's a widgeon, right?
Widgeon.
Yes.
Boy,
That's a drake widgeon. That's a beautiful duck.
That is an absolutely beautiful duck. We have shot a mixed bag, which is kind of cool.
We've killed a whole smorgasbord of different kinds of ducks today.
That's my first widgeon.
What do you mean your first widgeon?
Jerry James, my friend, he and I have done a lot of things together, fishing and hunting.
Oh, you guys, right here, right here. Oh, yeah.
Just have done a lot of things together in the outdoors.
By the way, just in case you're wondering, Jerry and I have been good friends for quite a while. This is not our first time hunting together either.
Oh, boy.
I gotta generally take him along one time a year so I get my laugh for the whole fall, you know?
He's just fun to be around and fun to go outdoors with, and has a passion for the outdoors like I do. He loves it.
Right here, Jerry. Now you take it.
Got him. Oh.
Did you?
Yep.
Well, that was a good shot, mister.
That was fun. This has been a fun morning.
It sure the hell has.
Good.
You know, it's just not, it hasn't, what's nice about it is it hasn't been just a whole ton of them coming in and then they're done and you got your ducks.
Steady picking, eh?
Not only that, but we got a total smorgasbord.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
we've
even
been
know what
laughing
that
the
one
whole
is out there. Where'd he go?
Oh, he's still right there.
and we've been laughing the whole time, pretty much.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is genuinely fun. Now, can you imagine how many birds we'd have if we got one for every shot we fired? That's why Remington likes us so much. And waterfowlers so much, you know?
Welcome back for some more exciting waterfowl action at Ontario's Mitchell Bay. On this fine afternoon, after limiting out on ducks in the morning, we're out after a few geese to round out our daily bag.
Well, tonight we're hunting a different thing. We're not hunting ducks, so we'll probably have a billion of them flying over us. That was just a big flock of redheads went through here while we were setting up. Tonight we're hunting geese only, so consequently I brought a different gun along. I brought a Remington Versamax. This is a 3.5 inch gun, and we've got 3.5 inch Remington T's in here. So we'll see if we can't reach out and touch them a little bit. And maybe we'll take turns if he's a really nice guy, and I'll let him shoot at some. And if he's his normal self, well, then I'll just keep the gun, and he'll have to shoot 3-inch BBs.
This thing right here, shooting BB loads.
We'll kill geese.
As long as you can hit them. So with that in mind, I'll never get that done. But I appreciate the offer.
Offer rescinded. I'm gonna sit back down.
So here's pretty much the deal on our goose hunt that afternoon.
Right here.
A few opportunities did present themselves. I can't deny that. Jerry and I just pooched every single one of them, if you want to know the truth. The real thrill of the day turned out to be something far more rare and magnificent than even geese coming into a spread. You could see a flock of redhead ducks going from horizon to our left to our right. It had to be 100 feet thick or more than that, a couple hundred maybe. There were tens of thousands of ducks that you could see at any 1 minute, and it kept on going and going and going. We watched that flight till it got too dark to see them, and it never slowed up, it never stopped.
How long has the Mitchell Bay waterfall phenomena been going on?
Oh,
Probably since time began, huh?
yeah. And I know my grandfather used to tell us about the clouds of ducks that used to be out here when, when he was the game warden. He said they'd just black the sky out for miles.
As a matter of fact, Mitchell Bay has an incredible amount of history to it as one of the world's famous waterfowl hunting places. Henry Ford had a huge waterfowl hunting camp up there, and people from all over came there to hunt waterfowl just because of the amount of birds and the vastness of area to hunt. I mean, it's like looking across the ocean when you look across Lake St. Clair. It's a big, big body of water. We just hunted that northeast corner, so our ride out to our hunting place and so forth were generally less than a half an hour or so in this boat. And easy run, easy situation, and then set up and go. And it was just very, very mobile depending upon weather and what the birds were doing. We could go set up where we needed to give ourselves the maximum opportunity and stay within the limits of the places that he could hunt. You know how it is with duck hunting. Sometimes you can't get them to come close to you, and the next time you can. We had one morning, I think by 11 o'clock in the morning, we had our limits of ducks.
Good shooting.
And I think we had 18 ducks, if I'm not mistaken, and I think we had 7 different species of ducks. That was an incredible thing. Now, if I could really shoot waterfowl, and I'll tell you straight up, there's an awful lot of people that are much better at shooting passing ducks or geese than I am. If we'd all been really, really on it, we could have had a lot more birds than we did. But that's part of the hunting too. I mean, we missed quite a few.
Are you kidding me?
Now that's embarrassing.
There was absolutely no excuse for that.
None whatsoever.
Shoot 'em.
What a face. They're coming. Whack, whack.
I'm not shooting anymore.
You scared him good. What kind of a show can we make out of not killing ducks? We're conservationists. We're just practicing. We like the smell of gunpowder. It's got to be something that we can use.
So in conclusion, yep, we missed one hell of a lot.
I ain't shooting anymore.
That's waterfowl hunting. You know, it was such a pleasure watching Chris Ben doing his magic out on Mitchell Bay of Lake St. Clair last fall. The second we saw his boat, we knew we were in good hands.
Chris, I can't commend you enough on this rig that you have created here. What a slick vessel.
Yeah, it works good, doesn't it?
It's beautiful. I mean, you got everything figured out and calculated for exactly what to do.
Did you see how organized he was? Just take another look at how smoothly setup went. It was incredible. And then came the duck hunting. That phenomenal duck hunting and all the sights, sounds, and scents that went along with it.
I've heard of Mitchell Bay and the infamous duck hunting up here for years and years and years. And oh my God, there's a whole flock just went over your head. A whole bunch.
How wonderful it was for a time to enjoy the company of old friends and new. Watch the days awaken at a new place we'd never hunted before. Birds in the air, so many birds in the air. The blast of a Remington and the feel of its recoil against my shoulder. The smell of gun smoke. And those beautiful ducks of so many species that we felt so fortunate to watch fall.
Nice shot.
Thanks so much for coming close enough to let us introduce ourselves. I guess you could say most lived to quack another day, while a few did not. Finally, I sure hope this is a trip you'll consider taking with Chris Ben and Crooked Hook Charters for yourself. Like we did, I know you'll come away with memories of one of the best waterfowl hunting trips you ever had. So I guess that's another one checked off my bucket list of Ontario adventures to accomplish as a sportsman during my lifetime. And I think that's what's so amazing about Ontario. No matter what enthusiasts love to do outdoors, it's a place where people like you and I will never run out of new, exciting places and things to check out. And I say cheers to that. I'm Babe Winkelman. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, everybody, hey, good hunting.